welcome to week 9 of the semester. I had originally intended to actually record this video with me talking to you and you actually being able to see me, but unfortunately I'm actually currently stranded in the Memphis airport. I was away at a conference during spring break and ran into some problems with my car starting, so I'm taking advantage of the time that I have here in the airport, and I'm just going ahead and recording this video with the schedule showing for you. So I hope that you all had a wonderful spring break and you're ready to jump back into our curriculum. So we are in week 9 of the semester. Before you left for break and possibly during the break, you were working on assignment number 2, and I hope that you made some good progress on that assignment. So for this week, what you're doing is you're continuing to work on assignment number 2, and you're also learning about assignment number 3, which is the literature review. And remember that assignment number 3 and number 4 are linked to assignment number 2. For assignment number 3, what you have to do is you have to write this literature review, which synthesizes research you have found that relates to the research question you posed in assignment number 2, okay? So you can change your research question from assignment number 2 to assignment number 3, but if you do that, then of course that adds a little bit of extra work for you, because if you read the assignment 3 description, you are allowed to use a few of the sources from assignment number 2 in assignment number 3 if that's what you want to do. So again, you can modify your research question if that's what you need to do or you want to do, but it will add a little bit of extra work for you, okay, for assignment 3 as well as kind of getting assignment number 4 done. So for week 9, of course, you're watching and listening to this video. I am in the process of trying to finish the Preparing Literature Review PowerPoint for you, and I also have 2 other PowerPoints that I kind of owe you. One is the Reading Theory PowerPoint, and basically the holdup there has been just getting the narration recorded on it. As you know, my schedule is just a little bit off. It's hard to find blocks of time to kind of get things done. And the other PowerPoint is about conducting your own study. And for that one, I also just need to get the narration recorded. So what I'm going to do, I should be able to finish those PowerPoints probably tomorrow and have them into the site either tomorrow, which would be Sunday, or at least Monday, the start of week 9, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'll put those in the weeks that they should have been in, and I'll send you an email this week talking about, you know, what's going on currently in our curriculum, and I'll just remind you about this and mention those PowerPoints for you. So again, for this week, you have this video that you're watching and listening to now, as well as the Preparing Literature Review PowerPoint that I will put into the site for you. For your readings, you do want to look over the assignment 3 description and rubric, which is included, or sorry, are included in this week, and of course they're also in that assignment descriptions and rubrics folder on the homepage of our site. There's also a couple of really short readings for you about a literature review. The first, reasons for reviewing literature. Some of you, perhaps most of you, have never written a literature review before, so I thought that was a useful reading just so you kind of understand the purpose of a literature review. Also, preparing to write a critical review. I hope that that will be useful to you, just giving you some groundwork for what you're looking at in terms of preparing a literature review. You of course have your post to your writing group for this week and your ePortfolio reflection. Your posts for your writing group boards this week are a little bit different. What I decided to do is, of course, revision is a part of the writing process, and you hopefully do revision between your peer review and submitting your final draft. And what I decided to do was actually build that into your writing group. So for this week, there are sort of 2 pieces. One is that you need to revise the content that you submitted before the spring break, so those few paragraphs you're responsible for. You need to revise that content based on the feedback you received from your peers as well as me. And everybody should be making changes. And by changes, I don't mean just correcting grammar or mechanics errors. You should be making content changes, because nobody's draft was perfect. Everybody had things that could be changed and improved. And even if something seems really wonderful, there are always changes you can make to improve. So what you need to do is make those revisions and then put that revised content into your writing group for this week. And you will do a sort of second round peer review of that. And then I'm also asking you to summarize an article that you have found and read that you're considering using for assignment number 3. So there's sort of those 2 major pieces for your writing group for this week. For your ePortfolio reflection, and before I move on to that, just make sure that you get your post in by 5 p.m. Thursday, and that you respond to all of your group members' posts by 5 p.m. Friday. So the ePortfolio for this week is ePortfolio number 8, and that ePortfolio reflection is going to act as a sort of midterm evaluation of your learning so far as well as the course. So that reflection probably will take you longer to do than the other ones you've written so far. And that's because I really do want you thinking critically about what you've gained from the course so far and what was most beneficial, what was least beneficial, and how the course can be improved for the future. Because one thing you want to be aware of, and I can't remember if I mentioned this at the start of the semester, is that this course is currently in transition, and so the curriculum that you're doing right now is being piloted, it's being tested, so it's not set in stone. And I do realize that this is a challenging curriculum, and I noted that earlier in the semester, and I think it's come up a few times as well since then. It is a challenging curriculum, and I know it requires a lot of you, and so the feedback that I'm looking for from you is basically what's been working for you and what could be changed to make the course better. And you know, when you do your reflection, please don't just say that, well, I wish there was less work or I wish it was easier work. I want you to really think about the assignments that you're being asked to do and how they do or do not help you as far as your major coursework, okay? What you think you're getting from them. So, you know, certainly be critical in the sense of really thoughtful and reflective on what's been happening in the course and how you have or have not benefited, but also be constructive in your feedback, all right? So when you get feedback on your papers, the TAs and I try and give you constructive feedback. We try and point out things that worked and things that didn't and suggestions for how to improve. So you want to give constructive feedback because, again, if you just tell us you wish the course were easier or there were fewer assignments or you know, things like that, that doesn't really help us because we're looking for some specifics, right? So again, think critically and think thoughtfully about what you've learned so far and how the course has helped you and what can be changed to benefit future students who have taken this course. So that pretty much covers week 9 for you. I do hope that things have been going well for you. I'm sorry that I have been behind on getting those couple of PowerPoints in there for you. Again, this has been a major adjustment for me, and I've been trying to work in the little pockets of time that I get to get things done for you. But you know, these materials are kind of supplemental materials, and they take a while to do, especially getting the narration worked out. And so I'm working on it. I'm trying to get into more of a routine so that I can really get the things into the site that I want to get in there and help you out. And I have been trying to keep up with emails. I don't think I've missed anyone's email. If I have, I apologize. And you know, if you ever email me, as it says like in our communication guidelines that you were to read at the start of the semester, if you email me and you don't hear back from me within a reasonable period of time as noted in those guidelines, just email me again, because sometimes I don't get the email, or sometimes I get it and I'm in the middle of responding and then I get distracted by something and forget that I have that draft in there. So you know, please do know that even though my schedule is really kind of up in the air and hectic right now, I am still available for you, and I am trying to do my best to make sure that you're getting what you need to get in terms of information and help, okay? And also, if you ever want to have a meeting with me, if you want to have an appointment with me, I'm happy to meet with you face-to-face if I have enough time to just plan for that coming to campus. And I'm also happy to meet with you online, okay? So I just do want to reiterate that despite what's going on in my personal circumstances right now, that I am available for you, and I really do want to help you, and I really do want everyone to succeed in the course. So don't feel like you're kind of out there on your own. And of course, the teaching assistants are available to help you as well. So again, I hope that things are going okay, and all of you should have had your midterm grades reported. I didn't get any questions about that, but certainly don't hesitate to contact me if you do have questions or concerns. And again, I will put some more material into the site for you, and I will email you this week and try and check in for you. If you haven't already looked at the feedback, if you're in section 2 in your writing group boards from week 7, you do want to go and look at that. For the most part, I think people were doing okay. There were a few people, though, I noted that some changes were needed to your research question, or if you wanted to pursue that question, you were going to have to go through IRB, which is Institutional Review Board approval. So if you haven't looked at that feedback, please do make sure you go and look at it, in case you were one of the people who I said, you know, some changes probably need to be made here, or we may need to do an extra step. So again, let me know if you need anything, and I will be in touch with you guys again as soon as I can.